Hi folks, welcome to another episode of Ferrum Wrestling 411. I'm your host Gary Holden, Assistant AD and Sports Information Director. With me is Hunter Goulart, one of our wrestlers, 197 pounds, and Head Wrestling Coach Nate Yetzer.
What's up, Gary?
Fellas, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Hunter, why don't you, let's start off by maybe telling us a little bit about yourself. Where you're from, when you started wrestling?
I'm from Virginia Beach, Virginia, and I started wrestling in about the 6th grade. Come from Kempsville High School and the Kempsville Wrestling Program. Their club coming up from Pee Wee.
All the way through middle school and high school?
Yes, sir.
Is Kempsville fairly strong high school wrestling program?
We have good years, yes. Usually produce one or two good guys every year. But one of the more solid fundamentally from the beach.
Tell me a little bit about the transition for you coming out of high school. You're a sophomore this year, came in last year as a freshman and everything. Tell me the big difference between high school and college wrestling for you.
Definitely intensity. The workout's way more intense, way more fast-paced, get in, get out, but going definitely way harder.
Mm-hmm. How about the weight cutting this year? Last year you went down 184 pounds. This year you're wrestling 197. Has it been a better fit for you?
Oh, definitely. Cutting all the weight last year, I think definitely put a dent on my season towards the end. Couldn't keep up with it, but this year I feel great.
Okay.
Definitely manageable weight.
Must feel much nicer being able to eat, huh?
Yeah. Definitely.
Well, we're going to talk with you in a minute about the weekend and everything. Nate, you guys just came back from the NWCA National Wrestling Coaches Association National Duals. Ferrum's first ever trip. You came back with a 2-3 record, basically wrestled 5 ranked teams.
Right, yep.
Tell me a little bit about your thoughts about how we did that week.
We wrestled very well, for the most part. And I told the guys last night, it's, once we get everybody, all 10 guys wrestling at a high level, and like one dual meet, one guy would look really good, the next guy wouldn't look that great, and I think once we get everybody on the same page, all 10 guys, we're a very dangerous team. I think we can beat anybody, but we just got to continue to improve and trust in the process.
Well, the tournament started off with some miscommunication or some confusion. You were supposed to wrestle Alma College out of, I think it was Michigan,
Yep.
And then all of a sudden that match didn't happen. What happened there?
Well, Alma finished 11th last year in the Nationals. They had a good team. They lost a lot, but they had a couple good kids coming back, and they just didn't show up to National Duels. So I think, which is, it's a big no-no. So, I think they're looking like a 10-year ban. Being there, so
what happens there then? Do they redraw the brackets or just go straight by?
Yeah, we just went straight. We went straight to the round of 16.
Okay.
We were in a pigtail match.
Okay.
And then we went straight to the round against Concordia, number 8 team in the country, Concordia Moorhead. So,
right.
So we wrestled the first round at 11 o'clock.
And you guys took it to them fairly well. 31-10 is not a really close score.
Absolutely, yep.
Especially
and the
when
one
you
match we were losing. Yeah, the one match we were losing, Blake Rosenbaum, we were actually winning. We were winning that match. Mm-hmm. And then he just made a mental error at the very end and got pinned at the very end. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So, but in control the whole time and just kind of made a mental error at the end there and lost. But overall, our team's intensity and effort was outstanding in that match, and it really looked like a team that we made them quit. Which is kind of what we try to strive to do. So.
Now, it couldn't have been that they were taking you guys lightly because you ranked number
Right,
23 and everything, 22, so it couldn't have been like they were saying, oh, this is an easy team and everything. You guys must have really came out there and took it to them and everything. And this is probably a little bit of, did the guys know how good they were coming in?
I think so. I think we're starting to realize that we can compete with anybody, even the loss to Augsburg, which I guess we'll talk about, but I don't think we were outmatched any of the dual meets. It wasn't like, where we went in, I was like, wow, we're a long way away from beating any of these guys. All of them, even Augsburg, we looked more the part than they did. We look fit, we looked, those guys a lot of those teams looked kind of sloppy and they were just a little bit better at wrestling than we were, at this time. But, it doesn't mean we can't catch them by the end of the year, which is the plan. So,
sure.
But no, I felt very confident. I felt going in that we were a top 15 team, believing I feel like we're a top 10 team in the country. I really do.
Okay.
We'll have to pay our dues to get there.
Big difference, the conversation we're having right now, than what we had a couple of years ago.
Right.
A couple of years ago, we had a sophomore sitting in a chair. I can't remember who it was. It might have been Logan Meister. And we talked a little bit about going out to a big, I think it was the Wheaton Invitational.
Right, yep.
We talked a little bit about that, and and whoever it was talking about hand fighting, and we just didn't seem like we were there compared to the teams from the Midwest, the strong nationally ranked programs and everything. And it appears as though you guys feel as though we're kind of there with them now.
I definitely think we're right there. I think this weekend was a good point not only to prove to ourselves that we are right there and we can compete with these top teams, but to everybody else too, to get a little respect from the other teams to show that we're right there with them and we're one of the best upcoming programs. I mean, these other teams have been in the Division III probably 30 years, and we're on year 4 and we're already bringing it to them. So I think that was good.
Augsburg, who you wrestled in the round of 16, the quarterfinals, excuse me, when you wrestled them, they were the number 3 or 2 ranked team in the nation. So, you're facing team. I mean, this is a program that's won 7, 8, 9 national championships.
Right, yep.
So got to feel pretty good. All right, so we lose to Augsburg. You bounce back the next day. You come back and you get New York University, a team that's ranked, I think it was 13 in the nation and everything.
Right.
Handled them fairly well, 27 to 13.
Yep. I mean, we wrestled well. I mean, we came out. Guys knew it was a stake. There was no secrets. We win that match. It's the blood round. We win that match. We're in a top 8 team. So they knew it was a stake, and they responded. It looked like we're the ones that wanted to be there. It looks like they were the ones that wanted to be done. And I think when you go out there and as tense as we were and intense, I think a snowball's form, and it works both ways. For us, we build momentum. For them, it makes them want to quit. So
sure. And that was a team that's from our region, from the East region.
Absolutely.
We'll see them at the end of the year.
Huge.
So.
Yep.
So. All right, so we come back the next round. We're still in the consolations, and we get number 18 Wisconsin Whitewater. They beat us 25 to 14. Lots of close matches there as well.
Yep.
And it's another very, very decorated program.
Right, absolutely.
I think our former assistant coach Brandon Bradley was up there a few years ago,
Exactly.
wasn't he?
Yep. I mean, they were number 1 2 years ago. They were number 1 in the country. And they got a new coach in, and they got some. But that's the team that we're better than, I think. I mean, in my mind, there's no doubt. 2 of our seniors lost, which was Logan got upset, and Robert, lost that kid who, he's beaten before. So, turn those around is a whole different dual meet. Turn one of those arounds to a dual meet. So.
All right, so you come back. That loss right there puts you into the 7th and 8th place match, and now you've got another ranked team, ranked 12th in the nation, and they barely squeaked by. They beat you 17-16, but basically we split 5 and 5,
right.
And it came down to bonus points, really.
Right. Yep. Absolutely. Yep. And I think one thing that hurt us maybe a little bit is the 184. Adam Bresson wasn't in the lineup for us, so we had to ask Max Baker, a backup 74-pounder, to come in and be an 84-pounder on short notice, and to make weight at 74. He still had to make weight at 74. To go out there and did a very admirable job, and I was really proud of him. He fought hard, man, and actually I was number 1 guy in the country from Whitewater. I think he was losing 5-4 when he got pinned. Number 1 guy in the country at 84. Wow. So, I'm very proud of the effort we had there against Co. Tolbert was in a match where he should have won, really. He had the kid broke and let the kid get back in the match by just making one little mental error. And, but overall, I think we wrestled hard, which that's definitely a dual meet we can win, for sure.
Hunter, you had an unbelievable weekend. 5-0. The only wrestle that we had that went 5-0, we had like 3 or 4 wrestlers go 4-1. Talk a little bit about how you were feeling that weekend. You wrestled 2 matches the first day, come back and wrestled 3 matches in one day, especially against ranked teams and everything. It was pretty difficult.
I think our training camp is probably one of the greatest things that to help us out. We had probably the toughest training camp we've had all year. Coming back from break, 10 days of 2 workouts a day and going super hard. I think that definitely helped, along with the break, going home to refocus and kind of regroup, because I know before the break we weren't wrestling at our best, and a lot of guys were kind of like Coach said, half our lineup was doing good, the other half was kind of off. So I think that helped us to mentally regroup and come back and attack it hard and work on all the things that we needed to work on before break.
And those hard workouts that you have in the double sessions and everything, it's got to help with the weight cutting and everything, making sure that everyone's healthy and everything. And if you get everybody that's working out hard, you're cutting the weight and everything, it's helping you conditioning. Plus, you're not having to worry as a coach. I'm sure the last thing you want to be worried about Saturday morning of weigh-ins is, oh my God, who's gonna miss weight or something like that. Yeah. That's pretty stressful for you, because then all of a sudden you start thinking about things like, okay, who am I going to put in at this weight class or that weight class? So
it turned out we had to do that anyways. But
Well, Hunter, this is congratulations to you. That was a great weekend for you to go 5-0, and I'm really excited about where you're to see you wrestle going forward and everything. So, Nate, first of all, before we forget about it, I want the fans to see this right here, folks. This is the hardware that Ferrum picked up this weekend at the NWCA Duals, 8th place. out of 22 teams that were there, and these are not just 22 any teams. These are 22 teams that are that are invited based upon their placing at the national championships the year before. So
absolutely.
Congratulations on that.
Appreciate it.
Let's talk real quickly about what's coming next for you. You got Greensboro coming up this coming Wednesday.
Right.
Greensboro is a newer program, the second-year program, and talk a little bit about the Military Appreciation Night program that we'll be doing. Well,
Coach Biggs has been kind of planning that and everything, and we're going to have some, you'll be able to make donations to the Patriot Foundation, which goes to support, veterans and their families. And then, we're going to have, I think, Paul's got all kinds of things planned up, and we're going to be shooting out some stuff today about that. And we welcome all vets to come, and they're going to get recognized in between, at that kind of the halftime. And we're going to be wearing our camo singlets, which is always
nice.
I like that. Guys on the team like that. So
those are pretty sure.
Yep. And just show our appreciation to people that can't be here. You know what I mean? Because of their sacrifice for their country. And this guy right here plans on joining the military after he's done with his college career, and probably have a few other guys as well too. So
good. And you've had some guys have left the program who are in the military right now.
Absolutely. Yep. So
all right. So after that, you got the Virginia Duals. Now this is one of the oldest wrestling tournaments in the country. It takes place out at the Hampton Coliseum. We've gone every year so far since we've been a varsity program. Talk a little bit about the teams that are there. What do you expect?
Well, I think we're going to be between 2 and 4 seed, the second and the 4th seed there. Based on what I looked at, we got. There's kind of a wide range of teams. You got some teams that are like Apprentice and Liberty, who are I think number 2 and 3 in the club rankings as teams. And then on top of that, you got Camden County and then Nassau, who are both in the top 15 in the country in junior college. And then on top of that, you got Division II Kutztown, who won it last year. They kind of beat everybody pretty bad. They'll probably be number 1 seed. And this year they're going to do a little different. Instead of a bracket format, we're going into 2 pools, just like Division I does now.
Gotcha.
And so we'll have 3 matches in the pool play, and then
on Friday.
Yep, exactly. Probably 2 on Friday actually.
Okay.
And then the winner of each pool will wrestle for the championship, and then so on and so forth.
3rd and 4th, 5th and 6th, 7th and 8th.
Yep. So it's going to be a little different. I kind of like it, and just more matches for our guys, as if we need more matches, I guess, this week. But so we're excited because in years past, it's always the last 2 years has probably been our worst competition of the year. We just, for whatever reason, we're just we just don't perform real great. We took 5th twice, but to me that was a little disappointing for both years, and because the first year I think we took 3rd.
Yep.
So the competition's gotten a lot better though. I mean, but I think our guys are ready to go. They're excited. We're in the best position we've ever been. To go out there and win the thing. So that's the goal.
And we'll be wrestling side by side with a whole bunch of different high schools that'll be out there. Plus, there's a university division. So Virginia Tech, Virginia, Old Dominion. There'll be a lot of Division I, solid Division I programs.
And high school programs too. I mean, I'm assuming Kempsville goes out. He probably went out every year.
Every year.
That's right in your backyard.
Yep. So
my son wrestled at Franklin County, and they went out every year as well.
Which is awesome because you kind of kill 2 birds. The problem with wrestling is the high school season is the same as the college season. So a lot of times recruiting is such a bear recruiting because you have to do it in the midweek. You have to skip matches to go watch a high school tournament. This kind of kills 2 birds, 1 stone. In between rounds, I go watch the high school kids. And,
right.
So hopefully we come out ready to go like we did for the national duels. And if we win it, I promised one of the guys on the team I would do it. I would do the dab, a dance, the dab. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
Yeah.
One of you guys can take that, right?
Yeah.
I got a YouTube, man. I don't even know how to do it. I know it's like something like that.
There.
So, so we're excited. So excited to get out there.
Okay, good. Well, listen, congratulations again. Super weekend for you, weekend for the team. Congratulations on the award.
Appreciate it.
And I guess we'll come back next week, talk a little bit about the Greensboro, the Virginia Military Appreciation Night, and the Virginia Duals.
Yep.
Okay?
All right.
Great. Well, thanks again for being on the show, and good luck this week.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, sir.
All right, folks, thanks again for being here on Ferrum Wrestling 411. I'm your host, Gary Holden, for Hunter Goulart and Nate Yetzer. Thanks for being with us, and have a great day.